Yo! Yo! What is good, guys? Let me just... Getting a new tripod. This one's really weird and the legs on it are bendy. So sometimes it messes up the camera. How are you all doing, guys? How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Afternoon, the gang banangsters. Hey, Alex. Payne, Dan, Curtis, Adil, Dave. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Elizabeth. Nice to see you all here, right? So we're not taking sells really. We're looking for buys, right? We're looking for buys. We haven't missed this. We're waiting for buys. The bias is bullish. Hello, Sean, Terry, Dan, Patricia, JK. Hello, Emmy. Ibrima, Kazim, hello. We're waiting for buys, right? We are waiting for our buys. Waiting for price to come down here. I've got an alert set. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got an alert set right here, which is where we're looking for our buys, okay? Hey, Pietro, Giovanni, hello. All right, we are waiting for buys. I'm going to walk you through it in just a sec. In just a sec. Hey, Jonathan. Yo. We are looking for buys, guys, right? We're looking for buys. I'm going to walk you through it in just a second, right? I just need to very, very quickly post the video if that's okay with you. Just give me 1 second to post this video. Right. Sorted. Hello, Levita, Marcus. Hello, everyone. Right. We are looking for buys. I'm going to walk you through that in just a second, okay? Going to walk you through that in just a second. First, we need to check the fundamentals. Remember, guys, this is the most important thing. We need to check this every single day, okay? We need to check this every single day, right? The first thing you do. Now, as you can see, we've just kind of had GBP news all day. No USD. There wasn't anything an hour ago. We don't have any USD today at all. Okay, nothing to look out for. Okay, and we do still have that volume because we did have an hour ago a GBP news release. Okay, so that's fine. That's enough for me. Yesterday we didn't trade because we didn't have any red folder. All right, so if you did trade yesterday, that was automatically a big mistake. But today we can trade, and I'm looking for buys. I'm going to walk you through why I'm looking for buys in just a second, right? So, first things first, you want to look at the daily, right? Yeah, the daily time frame. You can see, and I said this on my market outlooks all week. If you've been misunderstanding the bias or losing trades, it's because your bias is incorrect, right? If you're getting your bias wrong, you need to start watching my daily market outlooks that I literally do every single day, completely for free on YouTube. Around 9 p.m. UK time, right? But you can see we respected this imbalance, right? Which means we should come up and take out these highs. We've come up and took out those highs, which then automatically means we need to retrace back to a fair value gap. This is the fair value gap that we formed on the way to do that. This is a very small one, right? Very, very small. I didn't really use these on their own. I've paired it with other time frames for extra context, but here you can say this is bullish because we're respecting this fair value gap unless we close below it, right? Yeah. Now we go down to the 4 hour, and this is where we're adding this context into it, because I wouldn't just usually use a small fair value gap. I wouldn't use it for an entry or anything like that. You have to add the context. Now, if we draw this liquidity out over here, you can see that we swept these lows, right? We swept these lows right here. We swept these lows. The reason we swept these lows is because we disrespected this fair value gap, right? And remember what I said about these kind of fair value gaps. If you're entering an IFVG, right? If you're entering an IFVG on the candle close, and the fair value gap or the candle that you're entering on has took a low. So like you can see, if this was the 5 minute, right, we'd have an IFVG entry here, right? Yeah. But we've also took the low, so we should retrace back up. And that's exactly what's happening. So with that gives us a bullish bias, right? We don't really know where to because we haven't formed a fair value gap yet. We've got 22 minutes left on this candle, right? Once this 22 minutes is up, we will have a clear, well, right now it's a BPR, but at least a clear fair value gap that's bearish on this time frame for us to come back up to. So then we can automatically try and target this area over here once we've, closed on the 4 hour, right? Yeah. So we're definitely bullish on the 4 hour. We're kind of bullish on the daily, which gives us a bullish bias. Now, if we check the 1 hour as well, you can see that is also, it is kind of bullish. And this is where, a little bit of intuition or practice comes into this kind of thing, right? So we invest this fair value gap. That's the first thing we're going to start with, right? We invest this with this close right here. Come up and take out this high, which is exactly what I said might happen on the market outlook that we watched yesterday, or we recorded yesterday, right? So we take these highs. What do we then need to do? We trace to a fair value gap, right? There's one here and there's one here. We invest both of those in one candle with this candle right here, which doesn't take any liquidity. So you could have took a sell from this, right, to try and target these lows over here, okay? And the same thing applies as what's on the 4 hour to the 1 hour. We've took these lows. We need to retrace back up, right? Now the difference is there's two fair value gaps on the 1 hour. There's this one, and obviously there's this one here as well, right? So we definitely have a very strong bullish bias, right? Yeah. But the difference is, or the issue is now, we're kind of mitigating this fair value gap. But when you're looking for an entry, right, you want to try and manage the trade around here. When you're looking for an exit, the same thing applies. So you'd want to enter down here, or at least below this fair value gap, right, and then manage the trade as we come into it. But now that we've already came into it, it's a little bit, we'd have to close above it if we're going to take buys, right? And if we do that, we'd then kind of have to have a 1 minute AMD kind of cycle, which could happen, and I would not mind trading that if that happens, right? So that's a little bit of the issue, right? Yeah. And I'm sure some of you guys know that when you see back-to-back fair value gaps like this, when you see two fair value gaps like this, literally back-to-back, there's one, and then there's the second one. You go up a time frame until there's just one. You go to the 2 hour, there's two, so you do the same thing. You go up a time frame again. You go to the 4 hour, and there's not even one formed yet, right? So we have to wait 20 minutes, and then we'll have some form of fair value gap for us to potentially target, right? Right, just like this, right? So it's a little bit messy what's going on right now, but we still want to look for buys. Now, if you're in the private Discord, you'll know that I have launched a private analysis chat just for my analysis. That comes with the course access, right? And in that, I said that I wanted to see price come down first, and then look for that reversal. Clear AMD, clear close outside the range, clear inversion of the fair value gap, clear reversal, and just head up and do our thing, right? Now that didn't happen. We didn't get that exact entry, but we got the bias right. Now a few people took a buy right here, and this is incorrect. It's played out now, but the issue is, right, you don't know whether or not this is the end of the accumulation. We could have just done this, right? We could have just come up, came back down, and then maybe took a small partial or had a really low R trade. Or you can catch the manipulation, right? and just get out around about here, just before we reverse and head back down in the distribution. Or you can try and call an accumulation distribution move, but there's no confluence for any of that thing. There's a confluence for a move up, which is this inversion, or this fair value gap, this inverse fair value gap right here. But there's no confluence for an actual move to the upside, like a heavy, strong move, which we would have looked to target if we did end up manipulating down first. So a few people took that. I didn't take that, right? I didn't take that trade, and that's why. Okay. But there are a few other setups, okay? There are a few other setups potentially on Bitcoin and on gold. In the next 15 minutes, we could be taking a setup on Bitcoin, depending on how the 1 hour closes. If we inverse a 1 hour fair value gap on the 1 hour, obviously, on Bitcoin, we could look at taking sales there, right? But buys are definitely still the move. Buys are still the move here on GJ. But we'll see how that plays out. Hey Zeng, how's it going? Sean fans, 1 million euro long was good. Yeah, here. You wouldn't have got the best risk to reward ratio though. Good setup though. Good price action, good setup. How you have 20 min on 4 hour time frame and have 3 hour and 20 min? What do you mean? Hello Alan. How's it going? Right, Bitcoin, right? We are respecting that fair value gap, right? This is why, guys. This is why you got to chill. Like, we were going to take an IFVG entry right here. I think there's a lot of fair value gaps, right? We were going to take an IFVG entry right here, yeah? Like up here on this candle close, inversing this 5 minute fair value gap, right? We were going to take that. The reason we didn't is because we hadn't disrespected the 1 hour yet, which we still haven't done. So it would have been a loss, even though it played out kind of at the start. Now, if we do inverse it in the next 16 minutes, we can look at taking a trade here. We can look at taking those sells, you know, ultimately targeting these lows all the way down here. Maybe. That's strange. I'm not sure why that is. Hey Junior, how's it going? Like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. Remember, I'm doing a live lecture teaching you exactly how to trade like this, completely for free on Friday. It'll be building off of the other 4, right? If we go and look at my YouTube channel, it will be building off of the other 3 live lectures, right? If we go to my live streams, or playlists actually. I think we're missing one. But it'll be building off of this, right? It will be building off of this. So make sure you join that. The link is in the description to join this, right? It will be building off of these 2. This is the lecture. It's on Saturday at the same time. So like 15 minutes ago for you right now. So the same time you join this stream, right, is the same time this free lecture will be starting on Saturday. So make sure you go and click the link in the description and, you know, save that down. Make a note, whatever it is, right? Still just chilling here on GJ. It's so hard to not trade against the bias right now with that setup that's there. If we look at all these other things, right? Bitcoin. Right. We've got 15 minutes left on these. Ooh, this looks good. This is really good. Just that 1 minute, just that 1 hour fair value gap, sorry. Lots of unmitigated fair value gaps, but not really near our entry. Swap liquidity. Respected that. Just that 1 hour. It's just that 1 hour. I'm on a wonder as well. I don't know how this happens. I'm on ice. Right. GJ's just messing around. Really. Just look at that. No clear direction at all. I want something like this, right? And I don't mind waiting a few hours for it. We've literally been waiting for this since like 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. We've just been waiting for this setup for hours now. I hope we can get it in the end, right? GU. This looks decent. What's the 5? There's no fair value gap though, that's the only thing. GB cards the other way around. Bitcoin trade's playing out. It's annoying. Gold. What's the bias on GU? I think it will be bullish. Just zooming out based on this, I think it would be bullish. I'm not 100% sure though. Right, so it's swept these lows here on the daily, so that's bullish. The 4 hour swept lows as well, bullish back to this fair value gap. 1 hour swept lows as well, bullish back to that 1 hour fair value gap. So the bias would be bullish here. I could tell that just from zooming out. We could take buys, but there's no real IFVG for our entry, which is the only thing wrong with this. Right. Like, we'd need to invest this like right now, but then that kind of invalidates the whole idea. We could use the 1 minute maybe if we get a push down. Like, we've been consolidating here as well. If we get a push down and invest that, we could take an entry on the 1 minute really on GU. If we add an alert in, why is it just not? It just doesn't add my alerts on the website. I'm having to use the app all day. Right, if we go into GU, we could take this, right? We could take this. I'm just gonna add an alert in. if this happens, right? What's Bitcoin doing? Wow. Hey Josh, are we waiting for it to retrace to low liquidity, then to look to place a buy? Sorry, still new. Yes, that is correct, Blake. We've been waiting all day. I can tell you what I'll do is I'll pull up my analysis and we'll walk through it, what we were looking at this morning, and I'll show you what it looks like now and then how we're going to kind of manage that difference. Right, so there's this chat, Josh analysis, right? So we launched this literally yesterday. This is just obviously for the course members. But the first thing we said was the bias. Obviously what we've walked through was the bias, right? But the actual entry we're looking for, realistically, we'd need to be entering soon, preferably before we come up to the premium of the 15-minute fair value gap we formed. So what I said was preferably before we come up to here. Preferably before we come up to that fair value gap, right? The whole idea of our trade would be to catch the retracement, which would be this. So imagine it like this, right? It would be the push, be like a push down and then a push up. Literally what's here, it would be the retracement. But we've already kind of retraced. So you can see how that invalidates the setup a little bit there. If we get that first, if we get the whole idea of our trade would be to catch the retracement. If we get that first before our entry, then it will be hard to trade, as the higher time frames will still be bullish, but the lower time frames will then be bearish. On the 15-minute, we've really slowed down after taking lows and looking to retrace now. This is what the 15-minute looked like a few hours ago, right? On the 5, it looks like we're still in a nice range and starting to reverse back up into it, like because we pushed to the top of it, looking to come back down to the bottom of it, right? And then what I'd want to see, which is the third screenshot, a clear manipulation to the downside with one bearish fair value gap clearly formed outside the accumulation range, sweeping the lows, to then inverse that fair value gap very quickly without taking liquidity, so without taking buy side. So that's what I wanted to see. Obviously we haven't got that yet. You see. But well, yeah, we're still gonna wait for that, right? So that's what we wanted to see. And then if we look back on 15 minutes, still was accumulating hard. I would not be taking this trade because it doesn't show that we're actually going to continue. It doesn't show the end of the like accumulation. It just shows that we're going to go to the other side of it, right? So yeah, that's what I'd say there. This is crazy though. This is crazy. We couldn't take this even if we wanted to, really, because the 1 hour was still being respected. Alright, looks like we're coming back into this range now. So that was the setup we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see price just push down first without mitigating this fair value gap, right? But it looks like we're doing that. But to be honest, it looks like we're just doing fuck all because we're just going sideways, like literally just sideways here. What I'd want to see is a very quick push down, taking out these lows, then inverse that fair value gap, and then we could look at taking a trade. Now, if we're to take that trade, we'd target this high over here, as well as the top half of this fair value gap, right here. So I think realistically, if we push down and take this out and form something like this, right, with our stops there, TP could go here and we can just get a nice 2R, or we could push it up to here and get a 2.8R, right? I think what I'll do is do this and close 75% of the trade here and then just let the other little bit run here, maybe. Or I might just take full TP here, but this is something that I'd want to see. This is kind of what I'd want to see here. Now, on GU, we have took the low, but I did not get pinged for an alert there. Is that right? No, we haven't took the low yet. Right, so we're still looking for this kind of thing to play out. But this is what I want to see on GJ, right, guys? This is what I'd want to see. A push down, forming a fair value gap, investing that in like 1 or 2 candles, closing above it, taking our entry there, and then boom, we go up to here. On GBP USD on the 15-minute, before like an hour, I saw an IFVG and it took, but didn't go well. And I don't know if it was wrong or was it just bad luck. Can you see it? This trade. I mean, you took that as we released news, as we had this, the budget release. That could be an issue. That's mainly it, though. That's the only thing I'm seeing that was wrong. Alright, yeah. GU's just still GJ, sorry. Just still consolidating here. This is where the patience comes in, guys. This is why you got to have a plan. If you don't have a clearly written out plan, you're not going to be able to be patient. You're just going to take the first thing that you see. Alright? So you need a clearly written out plan. Do you like shorts on Euro USD 1 minute? Oh, to be fair, have we swept this high? Yeah, we swept the high out. What's the bias though? It's probably bullish, isn't it? It is bullish. What's the daily like? To be fair, it is a bit bullish, I'm not gonna lie. It is definitely a bit bullish. But this setup's good. This isn't something I'd personally take really. But this is real. This is a good setup. We swept liquidity, invest this fair value gap. Right. The only issue is we've respected a higher time for. We haven't really either. You could take shorts here if you want to. Bit risky because technically we're bullish. We need to retrace on the higher time frame. Will you take this trade if it goes in later? Yes. If this plays out like in the next 2 hours, I will still take the trade. I'll close the trade manually at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. UK time. Just before Asian session, just before the close, if it hasn't played out by then. This range is crazy. Right. Bitcoin, oh my days, that pushed so far down. Invest that 1 hour as well, but also took the low in the same candle. Gold pushing down. USD Swiss franc. To be fair, is this what's the bias? A little bit bullish. Right. I think I might just lock in, waiting for this. Right, this is probably our best bet for this stream, right? After the stream, later in the next few hours, GJ is probably our best bet there as well. So what I'd want to see here, I think we're going to wait for this to kind of play out. We want to see an IFVG form, you know, simple as. I think I'm asking you this for the second time, but do you think I can make good money only with personal, not with prop firm? Maybe if I start with $100, $200? No, you can't really. Like, also though, it's like, why would you, if you only have $100 or $200, only have like $200, why would you trade with it, right? Why don't you just put $60 of that into a prop firm account and get like 5-10k to trade with instead? Like, if you're profitable, it shouldn't really matter. If you're actually profitable, it shouldn't really matter. Like, it's, the ROI is much better. Like, if you make 1% on a $200 account, that's literally $2, right? But if you take $60 of that, $50 of that, $30 of that, right, and put it into a prop firm for 5 to 10k, 1% on that's like 100 quid. You know, you'll double your money really quickly. So no, don't trade on your personal. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why people would prefer to do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. So just trade on a funded. And GU obviously hasn't played out here, just completely reversed. Right, Bitcoin doing its thing. I'd say this is bullish now. I tapped into this for like up here on the 1 hour. So buys would be the move on Bitcoin here, right? But again, we'd want to see something like this. This is such a bad consolidation. Like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. Hate to ask, but it's the YouTube business, you know how it is. I'm just scared from prop firms because I don't know how they work and what to do, from where to buy them, and then how I get percent. I'm just not informed, and personal profile sounds easier. Honestly, there's no point trading a personal though. Like, there's literally no point. It's $200, $100. You're not even gonna make much. Like, it's the rules on prop firms. I'm up currently 3% up on trader scale. 100% consistency rate won't allow me payout. That's rough. But again, like, if you only have $100, putting $30 of that into a prop firm account, much better. Mike B said that's the old style. Before prop firms were the deal. To scale up from $100 to a decent amount, it takes many years. That's true, so it will not change. Start on demo first. Once you're profitable, go for a prop. Exactly. Like, you know, going just for a personal account because you don't know how a funded account works makes no sense. You know, just learn how it works. It's on YouTube. You can learn. It's not hard. You know, you've learned how to trade. Surely you can learn how a prop firm works. It's not hard at all. Like, all you gotta do is read the rules. You know. Once you figured out what website to buy from, you know, use prop firm match for that. You can then just read the rules of that specific prop firm and then just make sure you don't break the rules. Now, some of them are very hard to trade. Like, there are, as Sean said, there are some kind of like dodgy rules that some will have to just try and catch you out. But in my eyes, that's kind of a good thing as well, because it shows that that prop firm is going to be more sustainable. If you have a prop firm, right, that allows instant funding, or, you know, like, what's the word? Like, you can take one trade and pass the whole account in just one trade. You know, like, you can over leverage and you'll pass the account, and, you know, you get 100% payouts. There's no real restrictions, right? There's nothing to catch you out. That's going to be hard because everyone's going to be trading them, so everyone's going to be milking them because it's easy. Whereas if you go for a harder account, if you're actually profitable, it should still work. Like FTMO, for example, if you went with them, they're probably one of the strictest firms out, but they probably are the strictest firm. Because they've been around for years. If you go with them, right, and you pass with them, you know that's more reliable because, one, they've obviously been around for years. Two, they're expensive, but three, they have strict rules. So I think the strict rules actually are good. Like, I'm pretty sure most of the prop firms don't just have a rule where it's like it catches you out completely and you can't profitably trade on it. If you're doing everything you should be doing, you know, you'll get your payout, unless you're going with like some really dodgy firm that no one's used before. I tried personal before and I can confirm it does not work. It isn't worth it. If I would have known about prop firm before, I'd save so much money. Yeah, that's true. When I first started trading, I don't know if you guys know this. When I first started like properly trading Forex, right, I put $4,500 into my trade, like into my trading account. $5,000, probably like 6K USD, something like that. I put that much in, and I remember, like, it was on eToro. I was using eToro, the broker, and I'd lose like 700, 800 per trade consistently, trade my own money. Like, I had $4,500, and I went on my own. I had no idea what prop firms were. Sorry, I just used them, like my personal eToro account, and blew it all. You know, if I went with a prop firm instead, I would have saved so much money. So much money. No, I have not. I've not used Trader Scale. I've never even heard of them. With personal funds, only do crypto with 5 to 10x leverage, then you can quickly scale up your account. Is that what you did, Pietro? Did you do that? Thank you for the advice, guys. I'll definitely learn about the prop firms. And last question, what if I didn't pass the challenge? What happens then? Then you fail and they take your money. But if you have $200, $100, you know, to trade with, $30 gives you like what, 6 accounts? 6 goes. So in my eyes. But obviously start with the demo first. Bro, you're from UK, right? They are the main sponsor, Sheffield FC. And the reason I've seen them. I don't really watch footy, not gonna lie. I'm not really into that stuff anymore. I swear right. I swear they're not even in the Prem. But anyways, my next one without consistency is go. Yeah, Josh, but only quick scalping works and your AMD IFG model on alts working perfectly. Oh wow, that's great. That's mad how it works on altcoins. That's crazy. That's mad. Maybe check out FTMO as the first prop firm. Even if you have the challenge, it's only like $90. If you win, you will get the money back with your first withdrawal. Yeah, they're a bit expensive though. Maybe MK. If you want to, you could use like a dead dodgy firm that is still kind of reliable. Use them as a stepping stone, you know. How are we looking for sells on USD Swiss franc? What's the bias? We took this higher right here though. So bearish, right? 1 hour. Took out the highs there too. Sells could be the move, to be fair, Dan. We're to enter this, right? Stops above here. Take profit down here, right? We could go for an easy 1-to-1. I think that would be... Oh, well, we've flipped already. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Right. We'd really want to be entering a bit higher than this then. We should have entered up here. Put a 1R. We'd have to hold this fully though. That's the only thing. I guess our stops could go above here. Give us a 1.35. Get a better entry though. This could be the move, to be fair. Just pushed up. EU would have lost. This is why I don't trade against the bias. Bitcoin doing its thing. Alright, we could take this, right? But we need a better entry now, I'm not gonna lie. This risk to reward ratio, way too low. Unless we put our stops above here, but then that's just equally as risky. So I buy an account for like $30, and if I lose the challenge, they take more money from me, or is it just the $30? It's just the $30 that you used. I'm using Bitfunded, where you can trade with crypto only, and passing challenges not that hard. You can do 1 to 5 leverage. Thank you so much for helping. Right, yeah, it is just the 30. But yeah, Dan, this looks good. This is great. I think I looked at this before and just missed the entry again, which is piss take. This is 2 trades today that we've missed. Unless we get a retracement back up to here. Yeah. I did see what happened. GBP CAD. Bullish, right? Bullish bias, to be fair. Bullish bias here. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. If we invest this, we can take an entry right off of this, guys. This is actually quite good. Nice shout, Elizabeth. Now, the only thing is the risk-to-reward ratio would have to be up here, or the TP would have to be here for the risk-to-reward ratio, right? If we take profits here, that's 1.2. Negative, negative, to negative. If we just put this here, right, we'd have to... We could take this. We could take this. This could be the move. No bottom wick though, but we'll have to wait for this to close. This could be the move. This would be 1R here, so I'd probably close. We'd have to... I guess it's not even worth like taking partials at all. Or if you check the 5, yeah, literally just not. It's a very low R trade though. That's the only thing I'd say. Tell you what though, what we could do, right, just to be smart without being too risky here, is if we do invest this, right, if we close up here, we'll have a valid fair value gap from here to here. We could put our stop loss just below that, right, and then that would make this a 1.5R. And then this would be a 2.7. So we could just take profits up here. Or we could go push it to here and take full TP there. We're expecting a 4-hour bearish fair value gap on GBP CAD. No, not yet. Once we've tapped up to the top half, which would literally just be around about our take profit, that would be respecting it. Like, just like this happened on GJ, right, with the 15. See how here we tapped into it loads, right? And now we've actually tapped into the top half of it. That's what I mean. So, like, just because we tapped into the bottom bit, like, of this, we can still come to the other side of it. And that's what you want to do. It's the premium of of bearish fair value gaps and discount of bullish ones. So this is what's going on the 4 hour, this here, but we still need to come to this purple line, right? If we go back to the 4, that's what's going on here. We've tapped into the bottom half, but still need to continue up, right? But it looks like we might be respecting this fair value gap, right? USD Swiss francs reversed slightly. Go away for this 5 minute. Let's close. We'll see what it's like. I think what we'll probably do is, if we do end up taking this entry, we'll probably just take the entry, then hop off stream, because, you know, it's not going to play out on stream, especially when it's a 15 minute. It's going to take a while. Wow, completely reversed. There's not much volume in this either. Let's see what this candle gives us, guys. Let's see what this candle gives us. Right, we are looking at an entry here potentially, so we're going to line it up now, right? So we're going to manage the trade, right? We'd manage the trade here. This is going to be a slow trade, I think, but we're going to manage the trade here, right? And full TP up here. Same applies to this. We'll manage the trade here. Right. I'm going to give it a bit of breathing room. Just so we don't get wicked out. Alright. Right, it's here now. Ready to take. If we close outside this for that gap, right? We don't want a technical close as well, by the way. We want to just push straight up for the next couple of minutes. We want an obvious close here. We don't want a technical one. I've said this numerous times. If we get a technical close, we just wait till the next candle. Right? Right. We need a push up. Right, something like this. If we can get something like this or higher, I'll take that. Right then. Looks like we're going to be taking this trade. Let's just wait for the next candle to close to confirm it. There we are. We got that. Let's take this trade now. Right, we're in this. We're in this now. 30-minute IFVG there as well. This is pretty clean. Right, so management spot number 1 is this high, right? We're going to manage the trade at this high. This is probably where I'm going to look to go break even. I'm not going to take partials on this trade. I'm going to go break even up here and then close the trade out over here. Okay, if we get some other type of structure, maybe we might go break even sooner. But here's probably where I'm going to look to manage the trade based on where price is right now. And this is where I'm going to take my full TP. Now, what's good about this as well is this is the open with no top wick. So we should push up and make that now or soon. And we'll see how it goes. But let me just add my alerts in. Right. Right. My alerts are in. Just doesn't seem to want to work on the website for some reason. Right. So let's just journal this before we forget. This week, this month's been a pretty poo month for trades. GBP CAD, isn't it? Right. Bullish buy. The risk to reward ratio is 1.7. Right. And that's pretty much that. We're going to chill on the 30-minute here. We're going to let this one play out. And yeah, if you want to like watch the management of this trade, all you need to do is join the free Discord, which is linked in the description, okay? If you want to learn how to take entries like this every single day, join the course, link in the description there as well. It's a great community. We're adding new things all the time. If you're in the course, remember, I've now updated, there's a new chat, Josh Analysis chat, so I can send in analysis just like this. I'm going to send this in just after as well, okay? And yeah, there's a group call on Friday, the 28th of March. So make sure you're there for that as well if you're interested in that. And there's a free live lecture teaching you exactly how to trade like this as well on Saturday, the 29th of March. I think the link might be in the description. If not, just go to my channel. It'll be there and you'll see it, right? But we're going to call this a day here. We're going to let this trade play out now, okay? We've waited patiently all day. Hopefully the markets can reward us with something. The setup is good. I like the setup. It's an A+ setup in my eyes. High time frame liquidity sweep, high time frame IFEG, high time frame accumulation. So I think on the higher time frame we should move nicely upwards here. So we'll see how this goes. Right now the 30-minute has no top wick, so I'm expecting a nice flip in the next few candles. But remember, this is quite a low volume market, okay? So we're not gonna have like massive moves like very, very quickly, okay? We're gonna have just pretty chill moves, but we'll see how this goes, guys, okay? I'm gonna update you on how this played out once it's played out. And yeah, that is it from me, guys. We're gonna let this trade play out off stream. Come back tomorrow, see how it's played out, and catch another dub. Right? I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. Okay, there's no point watching this. There's no point watching this in my eyes because it's not gonna play out, right? It's not, sorry. It is gonna play out. It's not gonna play out, right, on stream. It's not gonna play out on stream. It's 15-minute time frame. It's gonna take a while, like, even if it just takes like 10 candles or something, it's gonna take a few hours, right? So we'll see how this plays out. Okay, we'll see how this plays out off stream. But that's it from me. I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. Okay, I will see you all in tomorrow's stream. Let me just make sure the link is out for that. Get the magnet out before you go. Right. Here's the magnet, guys. 1000% win rate, so it's now guaranteed to win this trade because of the size of this magnet as well. You can see prices already reacting to this, literally already pushing up off of it. So yeah. Right, like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. Like up the stream if you haven't already. That's it from me. We're going to let this trade play out off stream, see how it goes. Make sure you're in the free Discord if you're not already. Click the link in the description. Like up the stream if you haven't already. And that is it from me. I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Same time, same stream, same place. And hopefully we can go down to a lower time frame and catch some form of lower time frame trade tomorrow, okay? But we'll see how this one plays out. I like this one. 1.7R, so we'll see how this goes, right? We'll see how this goes. Join the free Discord if you want to see me manage this trade live. And that is it from me. Thanks for your time. I'll see you all tomorrow, guys.